Are you pouring oil into your engine that's secretly sabotaging it from the inside? After digging through countless lab reports from places like Blackstone Labs and gathering insights from seasoned mechanics, I've pinpointed one oil that's so underwhelming it could spell disaster for your motor. From real-world trials to hard-hitting data, the evidence doesn't lie. Stick around because I'll reveal which oils actually safeguard your ride and which one I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Let's dive in. Number 9. Just about every driver has heard of Shell. It's the giant in the oil world, and that massive reputation can sometimes lull people into a false sense of security. When a brand feels too familiar, folks tend to skip the scrutiny. Shell's Helix Ultra leverages their Pure Plus innovation, converting natural gas into an exceptionally pure base oil that gives engines a fresh, clean operation during routine changes. Lab results indicate a flash point around 240 degrees Celsius, which effectively combats fuel dilution issues. The catch? In scenarios with frequent short drives or fuel injection glitches building up, its defensive capabilities plummet dramatically. Oil analyses reveal minimal levels of iron and copper wear, keeping cylinders and bearings in check as long as the additives hold strong. However, Shell exhibits elevated insoluble particles compared to elite synthetics. In vehicles with high mileage, this leads to ring clogging, restricted oil flow, and sluggish lubrication during cold starts. Viscosity starts off reliable. A 5W30 grade stays within specs initially. But once detergents and anti-wear agents fade, the oil film weakens significantly. That's when trouble brews. Metal-on-metal contact ramps up, and wear accelerates without warning. For owners who stick to schedules, Shell performs dependably, but in high-mileage setups, extreme heat, or delayed services, the deteriorating protection turns into a real threat. These stacking factors are what quietly doom engines over time. Number 8. This one's more niche, often recognized for its additives, lubricants, and transmission fluids rather than mainstream engine oils. That specialized vibe builds a certain loyalty, leading drivers to assume the oil must be indestructible too. But assumptions like that open the door to hidden pitfalls. Lucas's full synthetic formula shines in wear metal tests up to about 8,000 kilometers, with iron, copper, and lead staying under 25 parts per million. This means solid shielding for cylinders, bearings, and timing components, provided you don't push it beyond limits. Viscosity remains consistent, and a flash point near 230 degrees Celsius helps minimize fuel thinning. As long as the engine avoids ultra-high operating temps, the additives endure through most intervals. Detergents stay effective until intense heat accumulates. Here's where Lucas falters, though. Under extreme thermal stress tests, it generates more oxidation and insoluble residues than premium competitors. These buildups form deposits in channels and around rings, which is especially problematic in aging motors. Blocked flow causes rings to lose flexibility, cold start lubrication lags, and wear spikes before any audible signs appear. Blackstone data confirms Lucas is reliable for everyday driving, but extended intervals, scorching conditions, or engines past 200,000 kilometers expose its vulnerabilities. It protects adequately, but doesn't forgive neglect or abuse. If this breakdown resonates, hit that like button and subscribe for more data-driven tips to keep your vehicle running strong. Number 7. Quaker State boasts a rich American heritage dating back to the early 1900s, earning trust from generations of motorists. Over the decades, it's become a go-to for many. But since its acquisition by Shell, it operates under Shell's American umbrella. The branding persists, yet the formulations and R&D are now steered by Shell. If you thought it was still fully independent, think again. These behind-the-scenes shifts can subtly impact performance in demanding situations. Evaluations of Quaker State's 5W30 full synthetic show respectable outcomes. Viscosity holds up through cold launches and heat waves, while the flashpoint curbs fuel contamination. As long as mileage doesn't pile on excessively. Wear metals stay low during typical 5,000-kilometer runs. However, oxidation and insoluble buildup accelerate faster than in top-tier synthetics, leading to deposits that can obstruct passages in older engines. The additive package provides decent coverage, but it's not engineered for severe temps, prolonged service periods, or odometers hitting 200,000 kilometers. Push it harder, and metal-to-metal friction intensifies. What starts as a reliable choice morphs into a gradual engine killer. Quaker State suits disciplined drivers who follow maintenance religiously, but high mileage or skipped changes highlight its shortcomings. Number 6. A lot of folks lump Pennzoil in with Quaker State, but that's a misconception. Sure, both fall under Shell's ownership, but their chemical makeups diverge significantly. Pennzoil employs a high-end GTL, gas-to-liquid base, derived from natural gas, offering superior purity and stability that cuts down on oxidation and sludge formation. Effective only within proper service windows. Extend beyond that, especially in high-mileage vehicles, and issues arise. The additive blends differ too. Pennzoil features reduced calcium, zinc, and phosphorus levels compared to Quaker State, aligning with GM Dexos Gen 3 standards while maintaining low wear even in hot environments. Viscosity proves resilient across temperature extremes. Its flashpoint resists fuel dilution, and insoluble particles are kept to a bare minimum. But neglect or harsh usage invites metal-on-metal risks. Pennzoil's ultra-platinum and platinum synthetic lines have earned top marks in Blackstone and PQIA assessments. Their collaboration with BMW Motorsport underscores capability in high-stakes performance scenarios. Number 5. Castrol stands as a rock-solid option, with decades of proven track records backing it up. Both lab data and on-the-ground experiences from mechanics affirm its reliability. Pros swear by it because the blends maintain consistency and viscosity over extended distances. That said, this dependability hinges on factors like selecting the right viscosity and not exceeding recommended changes. Get those wrong, and components might lack adequate shielding. The GTX series incorporates robust detergents that break down varnish and sludge effectively. Blackstone and PQIA tests demonstrate low oxidation rates, minimal wear, and negligible sludge accumulation. For high-mileage variants, GTX includes seal conditioners that curb leaks and bolstered anti-wear elements, benefiting engines with significant wear. Temperature management is a strong suit. Castrol preserves viscosity from frigid mornings to sweltering drives. Fuel dilution remains low, aiding in urban stop-go traffic and highway hauls. Partnerships with automakers and racing outfits like Ford, Jaguar, and BMW highlight its trustworthiness. Why slot it at 5? The top 4 surpass it in wear resistance, base purity, and oxidation control. Even Castrol can invite accelerated wear if misused, setting the stage for the next contender. Unbeatable on budget, but risky in high-mileage abuse. Number 4. Havoline often flies under the radar until the lab numbers hit you square in the face. Many associate Chevron with Techron, their fuel additive that keeps injectors spotless. Fewer realize the same company crafts engine oils that deliver clean, steady performance. But the variant you pick matters immensely. Opt for conventional or synthetic blends over full synthetics in a high-mileage setup, and safeguards drop off sharply. Havoline utilizes advanced base oil tech and Synsin, crafting a uniform, clean foundation akin to true synthetics. Blackstone and PQIA analyses show ultra-low wear metals, iron, aluminum, and copper hover at bare minimums. Oxidation is exceptionally controlled, allowing the oil to withstand breakdown under pressure. Viscosity stability is impressive, holding thickness from cold cranks to extended highway sessions. Insoluble levels are kept in check by effective detergents, warding off deposit formation. The additive suite packs a punch with molybdenum, boron, and cleaners that slash friction and dissolve buildup. Drivers frequently report smoother, quieter operation, especially in 4-cylinder units. Flashpoint figures are robust, fending off fuel dilution in short trip or heavy traffic routines. Still, for engines surpassing 200,000 kilometers, the full synthetic edition is essential for enduring protection. Choose incorrectly, and bearings, cams, and rings might face direct metal contact. Havoline offers outstanding bang for the buck, but as mileage climbs, the margins for error shrink fast. Number 3. This one caught me off guard because Valvoline didn't just release another standard synthetic. They engineered an oil that actively strips away sludge instead of merely slowing its buildup. The claim sounded almost too bold, until the lab reports started rolling in from sources like Blackstone Labs. Valvoline Restore and Protect packs one of the most aggressive detergent systems available in retail oils. Analyses from Blackstone reveal remarkably low insoluble contaminants, even in engines clocking over 120,000 kilometers. That single finding tells a clear story. This oil doesn't just maintain cleanliness, it scrubs the internals. The science behind it is straightforward, yet highly effective. It relies on elevated calcium-based detergents to dissolve stubborn sludge deposits, boron compounds for enhanced stability and anti-wear performance, molybdenum to cut friction dramatically, and a carefully selected base oil blend engineered for prolonged purity. In PQIA evaluations, viscosity held firm despite heavy oxidation stress, meaning the oil avoided thickening, a common headache in older engines loaded with baked-on residues. Restore and Protect sticks reliably to its viscosity grade, whether 5W30 or 0W220. Where metals stay impressively controlled, iron and aluminum levels remain managed, while copper stays minimal, even in motors with aged seals and gaskets. This indicates the additive package shields the most vulnerable components right from the start. Flashpoint numbers are strong too, keeping fuel dilution in check across most samples and helping avoid thinning or overheating problems. Water and coolant contamination showed up minimally in trials, proving the formula handles short commutes and cold weather driving with ease. So why doesn't this oil rank even higher? While it's outstanding at restoring and rejuvenating higher mileage engines through superior cleaning, the top two contenders edge it out with marginally superior long-haul stability beyond 8,000 to 12,000 kilometers. That said, Restore and Protect ranks among the most remarkable formulations to hit the market in recent years. If your engine has accumulated serious mileage, this could genuinely revive it and bring back lost efficiency. For a head-to-head breakdown against the absolute elite synthetics out there, I've detailed the comparisons in my dedicated video on top synthetic oils. Number 2. Mobil 1 stands as the undisputed benchmark for many. Ask any veteran mechanic which oil they reach for first in critical situations, and Mobil 1 frequently tops the list. Over half a century ago, it pioneered the full synthetic category sold globally, setting the bar that others still chase. Its modern formula remains among the most sophisticated available. Lab testing consistently demonstrates Mobil 1 keeping wear metals extraordinarily low, even in engines enduring prolonged high heat operation across vast distances. The precisely tuned additive balance, including molybdenum, boron, and advanced anti-wear agents, delivers steady protection without fluctuations or breakdowns. It resists thickening and oxidation impressively during extended service periods. Viscosity maintains consistency from icy cold cranks to grueling highway runs, while its flashpoint ranks among the highest in consumer-grade oils. This translates to exceptional resistance against fuel dilution and thermal degradation compared to most synthetics. Engines that idle frequently, haul heavy loads, or crawl through stop-and-go traffic gain massive advantages from this unwavering performance. Mobil 1 meets stringent approvals from Porsche, Bentley, and the full General Motors lineup, making it a trusted pick for both high-performance applications and everyday commuters. For the average driver seeking dependable safeguarding, engine purity, and sustained stability, it delivers precisely what's required to keep things running smoothly. Yet no oil is invincible. Even Mobil 1 has limits. In truly punishing scenarios or engines exceeding 250,000 kilometers, wear metals can begin creeping upward after stretched intervals. This serves as a reminder that skipping or delaying changes beyond recommended limits still exposes critical parts to potential harm. Mobil 1 excels remarkably, but perfection remains elusive. Number 1. This pick inevitably sparks heated discussions, and that's perfectly fine. Agreement isn't universal, and that's part of what makes these rankings engaging. Some will nod in approval, others will push back strongly. And honestly, swapping any other oil to the top spot would trigger the same passionate responses. The reality is straightforward. Every entry in the top 5 represents an exceptional product. Drivers loyal to these brands point to tangible outcomes, verifiable data, and unwavering trust built over time. Passion for a favorite oil runs deep in the car community. But Pennzoil's signature series claims the #1 position for a single, compelling reason. The numbers continue to outperform everything else in consumer-accessible categories. Independent testing from Blackstone Labs, PQIA, and other reviewers highlights signature series delivering some of the strongest results available. This isn't marketing fluff, it's backed by hard data, where metals plummet to extremely low levels. Iron, aluminum, and copper stay suppressed even after exceptionally long service runs. Oxidation resistance stands out, with Pennzoil preserving its molecular integrity better than nearly any retail competitor. Viscosity holds rock steady, no shear loss, no excessive thickening, staying firmly in grade. Flashpoint reaches elite territory, providing superior defense against fuel dilution, heat stress, and breakdown under load. It thrives in demanding situations, scorching summers, towing duties, urban congestion, and extended highway stretches without faltering. The additive package impresses with robust detergents, powerful anti-wear elements, molybdenum, and boron, keeping the internals spotless and shielded. Insoluble particles remain minimal, ensuring filters stay unclogged and oil avoids solid buildup. Signature series is specifically formulated for extended intervals. Many analyses confirm reliable performance past 10,000, 12,000, or even 15,000 kilometers without compromising protection. That's where it pulls ahead decisively. Not because the others fall short, they don't, but because Pennzoil's base oil purity and oxidation defiance operate on a distinctly higher plane. Debates will rage on, as they should. Enthusiasts defend their choices fiercely. Great oils inspire loyalty. Yet when judged purely on empirical evidence, stability over distance, extended interval durability, sheer strength, flashpoint superiority, and wear metrics, Pennzoil Signature Series holds the crown unchallenged. Now, the one oil brand I would never pour into my own vehicle, even if offered for free. Supertech falls into that rare category of products that can silently erode an engine if the owner isn't vigilant. On the surface, it appears budget-friendly and convenient, but the laboratory evidence paints a far more alarming picture. Blackstone used oil reports on Supertech repeatedly flag unusually elevated wear metals. Iron, lead, and aluminum frequently surge beyond 35 to 40 parts per million after just 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers. This signals bearings, cylinders, and valve train components facing metal-to-metal contact much sooner than with any other option on this list. Viscosity stability proves disastrous. Under typical highway heat, Supertech thins rapidly, failing to maintain its SAE grade. Cold start flow suffers too, delaying proper lubrication and imposing extra strain on moving parts. Its flashpoint sits disappointingly low, increasing vulnerability to premature ignition, especially in dense traffic or hot climates. The additive package lacks potency and depletes swiftly. Detergents fade quickly, allowing sludge and insoluble solids to accumulate. Oil control rings clog, passages narrow, and cold start lubrication lags noticeably. In engines surpassing 100,000 kilometers, this accelerates deterioration dramatically. Contamination tests for fuel and coolant expose further weaknesses. Supertech struggles to contain dilution, permitting gasoline to thin the oil progressively. The synergy of oxidation, low flashpoint, and poor additive retention creates a slow-burning threat deep within the engine. In summary, if your motor matters to you, steer clear of Supertech at all costs. It's not merely an inferior choice, it's the type that can quietly doom an engine when pushed too far, run hot, or used in an aging vehicle. Before you head out, let's cover the evaluation standards behind these rankings. You've seen the surprises, the standouts, and the outright warnings. But how do we know this isn't just personal bias? The proof lies in rigorous, objective testing. We relied exclusively on credible sources: Blackstone Laboratories reports, PQIA findings, AAA evaluations, API specifications, and manufacturer data. Every metric addresses a core question: what fails catastrophically if this oil underperforms? Where metals quantify internal consumption. Spikes in iron, copper, or aluminum mean bearings fail, cylinders score, and pistons seize. Additive depletion lets detergents and anti-wear agents drop off, allowing metal scraping, sludge formation, timing chains binding, rings sticking, and cam lobes wearing prematurely. Oxidation and contaminants turn the oil acidic or varnish-like, starving components, clogging galleries, and hastening total breakdown. A low flash point invites fuel dilution that thins protection and risks flash ignition of deposits under heat spikes. Viscosity deviations, too thin or too thick, damage bearings, slow flow during startup, and restrict circulation. Insoluble solids and particulates block rings and filters, forcing dry operation in critical zones. Even high-end oils collapse if contaminants overwhelm the system. Filter efficiency matters too. Inadequate filtration lets debris circulate, grinding surfaces bare and spiking wear exponentially. This isn't abstract lab talk, it's the daily reality inside your engine. Every figure, every test, every caution from number 9 through number 1 reflects genuine risks, or safeguards affecting your power plant right now. You now understand why certain oils can stealthily destroy engines, while others sustain them for hundreds of thousands of kilometers. If the wrong oil can inflict serious damage, imagine what improper fuel does. It can wreck injectors and high-pressure pumps even faster. Most drivers remain unaware they're filling up with fuel that's quietly eroding those vital components.